Hey, what's happening everyone? Journeyman here and welcome back to We March On. This is episode 11. So today's episode we take on Crystal Palace in the FA Cup 6th round, or the quarter-final as it's more commonly known. So we go into today's game, really good run of form. Only lost one game since the start of December. We had one game between the last episode and this one. That'll be the 3-1 victory over Bournemouth. Charlie Austin getting 2 goals, Gabbiadini getting the other. Super comfortable victory and a really good team performance. So we go into today's game with a few concerns. You may notice, obviously Lamina is going to be out now for the pretty much rest of the season, 6 to 8 weeks out with that broken ankle. Other players we're missing today, Jan Valery, who's been filling in at right back for the FA Cup games. Unfortunately, he is unable to go today. He's going to be returning to injury probably next couple of days. Joe Gomez is suspended for cup competition, cup tied I should say. Debuchy is also cup tied from his Arsenal days, and then Ryan Bertrand is actually suspended for the next match, which is obviously today's game. So obviously we got a little bit of a drama at the back, but we did get some good piece of news though. Højbjerg is fully fit and available for today's game. He'll take a place on the bench and we'll just have to see if we utilize him at some point. So going into today's game, this is how it'll line up. Ure is going to actually play a right back, even though he's not really natural to the role. He can still do a pretty solid job there. With Vida, Yoshida, Target's going to fill in at left back for Bertrand. Jordi Classy, Ward-Prowse, Romeo in midfield with Lawan, Gabbiadini and Charlie Austin making up the front three. So on the bench, Cookie on the bench with Shane Long, Højbjerg, Davis, Bakery, who makes his first start on the bench for us today. You may ignore that there. That's just a weird bug in the game. He actually hasn't played 2 games for us. Jack Stevens and of course Alex McCarthy, who's now back from injury. So let's get this game rolling. We're up against Crystal Palace today. Obviously we are even favourites to win. The key man for us apparently is going to be our goalkeeper, so I guess I don't expect us to do very well at the back, considering we had to make a couple of changes. We'll have to wait and see though. This is our Crystal Palace lineup. Benteke obviously leading the line. We know what he can do. 9 goals this season for them. And Andros Townsend, another talented winger, 5 goals for him so far this season. Wilfred Zaha on the other wing, 3 goals, 6 assists. Jason Punchin, 4 goals in 13 starts, so he's coming alive a little bit. And then I got Kabaya in the midfield, who actually rate very highly. Great talent indeed. Alright, so let's get this game started. Obviously, going towards the end of the season, we are currently 8th in the table and we're still playing catch up with the teams above us. So quite some distance left, about 5 points difference between us and the teams above us. So the FA Cup really is my one last chance to win something of some meaning this season. So let's hope we get a win today and go through to the semi-final. Alright, here's a chance early on. Zaha gets to the edge of the area, pulls it back to Benteke. He's not going to miss from there. That is 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Literally 3 minutes into the game, 3 shots on goal for Crystal Palace, and it is 1-0. Let's see what happened here in the highlights. Townsend hits it forward. Zaha has far too much space and time on the ball. Whips it in, and Benteke really isn't going to miss from there. He's too good of a striker. So 1-0 to Crystal Palace. There's a chance for us though. Ure to Classy, to Romeo at the edge of the area, scores. That's a rare goal from Romeo. That's his 2nd of the season now, and well, 3rd of the season I should say. And he only scored screamers, I guess, because the last goal he scored is an absolute belter as well. Ure, Classy to Romeo, first time. Keeper showing a little bit better there, but they all count. So 1-1. Alright, here's Patrick Van Aanholt on the counter-attack for Crystal Palace. He gets to the byline, pulls it back to Wilfred Zaha, who makes it 2-1. So 2nd time in the game so far they've beat on our fullbacks, got to the byline and pulled it back for an easy tap-in. Obviously us losing Bertrand and Debuchy for today's game has impacted us tremendously, and it's showing there with the 2 goals that Palace scored. Alright, here's Lawan though. Maybe get a goal back before half-time, that'd be great. Target plays it inside to Romeo gives it outside to Ward-Prowse to Classy, Jordi Classy, drives forward here, finds Ure at the edge of the area, pulls it back, and it gets off Scott Dan, and it is a goal. It is 2-2, disaster for Dan, and we equalised just before half-time. Very pleasing stuff indeed. Good to see Ure getting forward though, showing a bit of confidence. Not a great cross, but awful defending there, and the keeper didn't really do anything to help it. So 2-2 before half-time. I'll take it at this point. All right, so disappointing disappointing first half, I should say. Going 2-1 down, obviously to very, very cheap and easy goals. Very disappointing, but we are back on level terms. So going into the second half, I'm not going to make too many changes just quite yet. I can't really afford to take off Ure or Target despite their poor performances so far. I've only got Bakery as an emergency backup, and I'm not going to move Vida out of the middle of defense. So, what I'm going to do is potentially try and solidify the midfield a little bit more in the second half, just to see how well we do. I want to try and keep my best team out there as long as possible, and then I'll make little tweaks and adjustments if we need it. All right, so here's Forster to Matty Targets. Matty Target hits it long for Austin. Austin does well to beat his man. Here's Lawan to Gabbiadini, who makes it 3-2. Manola Gabbiadini gets his 12th goal of the season. I'll tell you what, though, his form from the first half of the season and the second has been absolutely black and white. He's really, really flourished in this new tactic and new style. But great through ball there from Lawan. And a wonderful finish even from Gabbiadini. Alright, 6-7 minutes on the clock. Can make a quick change here. I'm going to bring off James Ward-Prowse. I'm going to be on Stephen Davis in his place. I'm also going to make a change up top as well. Charlie Austin's going to come off for Shane Long, who's yet to score a goal this season, believe it or not. I am going to tell Shane Long that I do have faith in him, so hopefully he gets a goal today, because I tell you what, a goal will go a long way to improve his well-being and his confidence. Alright, 83 minutes on the clock. Let's make another change just to round things off. Romeo's struggling, but I'm not going to bring him off. He's too much of a solid player. Yoshida's also struggling right there, 64%. Ure's got a yellow card as well. Difficult decision here. Let's go and take off... Let's take off Yoshida. Let's move Ure to the centre-half position, and let's bring on Richard Bakery for his debut at right back. A little bit of a risky move, bringing in a young player, but I felt like Ure might be able to help out Avito a bit more, considering Yoshida's fitness levels. All right, so Davis to Bakery to Geordie Classy. He's got Target out to the left if you can find him, but the ball's playing inside instead to Lawan. His Bakery at the edge of the area, gets the byline, poor cross there, and Dan intercepts it easily. Vida as well to scoop up the loose play. Here's Bakery once more. Let's see if we can find someone in red. He cannot. He gives the ball away cheaply, and this leads to a counter-attack opportunity now for Crystal Palace. 89 minutes on the clock. Benteke gets the byline, shoots, and easy save there for Fraser Forster. I'm going to switch to a defensive mentality to try and finish off this game. Alright, here's a chance late on. Ball's whipped in, Long with the clearance, and there's full-time whistle has blown. 3-2 victory. We are through to the semi-final of the FA Cup. So very, very pleasing stuff, considering without our first choices at right back and left back today. Didn't react well to my team talk, though, so it's just a little disappointing, a little bit concerning. But anyway, moving on. We'll do the FA Cup semi-final draw before this episode ends, and we'll take a look at some of the fixtures ahead before we talk about the next episode. Alright, so here it is, the FA Cup semi-final, up against either Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United. So three big clubs, so let's see who we get. So let's do automatic draw, and... Chelsea are first out of the hat, and they will play Liverpool. So we will play Manchester United. Looks like away from home. So, well, I think it's away. I think I play at Wembley. I can't remember, to be honest with you. But nevertheless, we have beat them already this season. So I do have high hopes we'll do it again. We are playing at Wembley, in fact. So nice neutral ground. And I think we could do them over here. Yeah, we beat them early in the season with a 2-0 victory at home. Where is it? There it is. 2-0 victory the last time we played Manchester United. So that is going to be the semi-final of the FA Cup, and we play this a few weeks from now. But in the meantime, what I'm actually going to do is we're going to take on... Let's take on Huddersfield in the next episode. They'll be at home on April 15th. And then we'll take on Manchester United in the FA Cup semi-final in the next episode. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. If you don't, remember to hit the like button. I appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.